Hey, what's up, guys? This is our fourth take because my
This
dumbass
is the
can't-
fourth fucking take.
my dumbass keeps forgetting to push stuff and do the right things, but figuring it out. But it's a beautiful day here in Dallas and a beautiful day for some real deals, real talk. So we'll jump into it. I'm your host, Cameron Karp.
I'm your co-host, Chris Johnson.
I'm your host, Joe Segovia.
And I'm your other co-host, Charles Pickens.
The boys are here. We got just the boys episode today. No guests.
We
just
got
kinda-
10 minutes into one of them.
Yeah,
It did not
okay.
record.
My bad.
We're
my
a team
bad.
here. We're a team. So
My
hey,
bad.
hey,
At least
we're
I
good. We're
noticed
good.
it. Hey,
No,
I
we're
noticed
good.
it. That's
We're
all that
good.
matters. But we're gonna kind of dive into some stuff today about things coming to Dallas, things going on in Dallas, and how that can affect our economy.
We're
and
talking about the
why-
Metroplex.
The Metroplex. What's going on in Dallas? That's what we want to dive into today. For anyone that doesn't live here, that's thinking about moving here, these are some things that might make Dallas more appealing to you. And even the people that already live here, things that you should know that are coming that are really gonna, I think, elevate our city and
Give more opportunity to
Yeah.
everybody. Hey,
Impact your life.
Everybody who
So-
lives here and who's coming here. So
yeah. So starting off, the one thing that's coming here that I'm really excited about is Y'all Street. We got a little Texas Stock
sir.
Exchange coming to Dallas, and that's gonna be some big stuff. And
I'm pumped about that.
yeah, it's gonna be awesome. And our boy here, Joe, is actually an ex stock bro. So he's gonna dive into
He's
kind of
gonna
what that means
elaborate.
for Dallas and elaborate on how that's gonna affect our economy and what opportunities it's gonna bring to Dallas.
No, first of all, that's going to be awesome. Think about
Yeah.
like Y'all Street. Like, I really
Dude,
hope
right?
they legitimately change the name.
They need to change the name. They changed the name out here to Nowitzki Way. Why not change
Yeah.
the name on the Texas Stock Exchange to Y'all Street?
No,
you
that'd
know?
be epic.
which we
Yeah.
are right out front.
Yeah.
Dirk Nowitzki's statue is right,
Right
here.
there.
We're right across from the American Airlines Center right now.
No, they can't.
We're here in Victory
see
Park.
Sorry, I tried. No, but dude, it's gonna be so cool. It's gonna bring a lot of jobs. It's gonna bring a lot of eyeballs. It's gonna make us a finance hub, like
Yeah.
legitimately. So
I bet you're stoked about that.
I love it. I'm happy about that because that's my language. I love that.
And elaborate on the differences between like what it means to have one in another state like Florida or Chicago, New York versus having it here. How does that kind of change for Texas and what does that mean for companies when they come here or want to list with the Texas Stock Exchange instead?
Yeah,
And
for sure.
and
Great
maybe
questions.
even maybe for those other stock exchanges too, like because Dallas is getting one. How could we all
Yeah.
benefit from one? You know.
So
Yeah.
Texas Stock Exchange, everyone's pretty familiar with Wall Street, New York Stock Exchange,
Jordan
NYSE. Oh,
Jordan Belfort, Leo.
shout out. Anyways, so we all pretty familiar with that. When you think of stocks, that's usually what you think of, right? But you also have stock exchanges in other places to kind of facilitate stuff. You have one in Philly, you have one in Chicago, you have someone, somewhere down in Florida. I'm pretty sure they have one as well. And now Texas is getting one. It's going to be Texas Stock Exchange, TXSE. So that's going to be pretty cool. It's going to bring jobs, and basically you're going to be able to list a company, right? Let's say you want to go public, right? We start a company. Let's say we make a company from this podcast, and it takes off. We get a bunch of sponsors.
Right.
The cash is flowing, right?
Right.
And so, how do we really
Give
take
people the
advantage
chance
of
to
that?
get invested in it.
Yeah, so we go public. And when we go public, we can do that either here at the Texas Stock Exchange whenever it's, available. We could do it in New York, wherever. Now, if we do it here, the reason why they're making one here is because, we have a lot more friendly laws per se.
Yeah, more
It's going to be a
attractive.
lot of cheaper fees. It's just going to make the process a lot more streamlined. And I really think it's going to be a hub, not just for Texas, but for like the South. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like all of our, Oklahoma, Mississippi, Arizona, all of our neighbors. I think that's going to be really awesome and something that, is going to kind of put us on the map as far as finance, On top of that, so that was announced last year. And then on top of that,
That's
this
coming
year,
what 2020, end of 2025, early 2026.
I think 2026.
2026.
I don't know if that's when we'll have the physical like
That's
brick
when,
and
like,
mortar.
production will start for
Right.
it. Yeah.
Exactly. So brick and mortar might take a little bit longer.
And where
to
is that?
actually-
Do they know where it's going to be located yet?
I'm pretty sure it's going to be somewhere like in downtown, like off of Maine or something like
So
that.
like 5 minutes from here. We're in Victory Park
Yeah,
right
I
now.
mean, literally right across. So they're also bringing a NASDAQ hub.
Okay.
So that's a little bit separate, right? So this is going to be a regional headquarters, also in Dallas. So the NASDAQ is where a lot of your tech companies are listed.
Okay.
Your NVIDIAs, your Teslas.
Lucid.
Exactly. Like
Right.
all of those, they're usually listed on the NASDAQ. And so, yeah, that's also going to be coming here, and it's going to be a regional hub. And it's not going to be a stock exchange per se, which is fine because we already have the Texas Stock Exchange. But basically, it says it'll serve as a hub for businessmen to network, interact with the rest of NASDAQ's network. And this also says it'll serve Texas and the rest of the South.
Okay.
Right? So we're really going to be like a finance hub.
Yeah.
And it's nice because we already have Charles Schwab moved their headquarters from San Francisco to
Westlake.
Yeah,
Yep.
exactly.
I drive
Super
by it
nice,
every day.
yeah.
It's crazy.
Other places in Plano, there's Toyota, there's Dr. Pepper Snapple, there's IBM. There's a lot of
American Airlines is based out of Fort Worth, which is in the Metroplex. And then you got
Southwest.
Southwest Airlines over at Dallas Left Field, which
Here,
is
right?
right
Yeah.
down the street.
Fidelity, another
Yep.
finance company, is also in Westlake. And before they got bought out by Charles Schwab, TD Ameritrade was also here.
Yep.
And shout out to my last company, Robinhood. We also have a headquarters here.
Okay,
Their
didn't know
main
that.
headquarters is in Menlo Park out of
Where's
San
the-
Francisco.
Yeah, yeah.
But
Where's the one here?
that's also in Westlake.
Westlake,
So
okay,
Westlake
yeah.
is so it's all this finance, and it's really cool. And I think Charles was talking about like a spa thing that's coming up here as well. Like
Oh yeah. I was reading that earlier. Today in the Dallas Morning News, I saw an $800 million wellness and resort spa coming up
from Europe, out of Europe.
Out of Europe, yeah. So it should be done, I think, maybe by the time of 2030, and I believe it's going to be a $500 million construction.
800.
No, but like I'm breaking down the math of the
Oh, okay.
800 million. So 500 is going to go into the actual construction, and then 300 is going to go into like the actual design, like
Architecture,
architecture, all
everything.
that other
The,
stuff.
the Therm Group, right?
Mm-hmm.
Therm Group, yeah.
Yeah. So
That's gonna be right over here too, isn't it? Like
Yeah,
somewhere right here in
so-
yeah,
downtown.
where is it?
so we're here by American Airlines Center, which is, I guess,
Victory Park.
Victory
we could
Park.
throw a rock at it right
Yeah,
now.
it's right
but,
downstairs.
It should be 8 minutes away from here,
Okay.
just going a little bit south. So
Okay.
So I mean, it's gonna be pretty in the epicenter of Dallas, pretty much.
yeah, and that's really cool, just because we have water parks everywhere, but not right here in the middle of Dallas.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to see what that could do for the growth of Dallas.
Yeah.
The jobs, the industry. I also was reading something about how it's going to create 1,000 jobs.
Which is fantastic.
Which Joe and I were like trying to figure out earlier, but I think the jobs that might come in are going to be like, your operations, you're going to see a lot of other tech stuff coming up.
Yeah.
And then another thing I think we're going to see a lot too is just hospitality and other food business growth too, which will be really good. And, Dallas is definitely a hub for great food.
A lot of foodies here.
A lot
yeah.
of good food.
Yeah, if you guys haven't found out either, there's a new steakhouse over here that just came up in Dallas too. It's over in the, I believe it's in the Design District. It's called Evelyn.
Oh yes, I have heard about that.
Yeah, and it's Hollywood themed. They have a $150 martini up there too.
Really? What does it have? Fucking gold?
Yeah,
Does it have gold in it or something? Is it signed by Dirk Nowitzki?
No, so the gin that's supposed to be in the martini, or I guess vodka, I think it's $750 a bottle.
Ooh, that's a little
you
steep. We
go,
gotta sell some
right.
houses, boys.
Yeah. So maybe once we sell a house after this podcast, we'll go have dinner there one of these
We'll
days.
celebrate
sounds
with
like
the $150. I'm gonna get an espresso martini first
Yeah.
because I like to start the night off with a little espresso martini, and then we can switch to the gin.
Coffee buzz.
Yeah, get a little coffee buzz going, but then we can switch to the gin. Get it
Yeah.
going.
Yeah.
I like an espresso martini with vodka though.
Right.
That's
But yeah,
just
there's
my
I mean,
preference.
but yeah,
I'm
again,
good
there's
with just espresso.
Yeah,
but
just espresso.
No,
Well, if you're having a cocktail,
What's cool too about the steakhouse, it turns into a lounge, later, I guess, at night. And I guess maybe there will be a little area where people can dance and stuff
like
like,
a little
very cool.
speakeasy kind of
Little
vibe.
speakeasy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like I'm game,
Yeah,
So
that
if you
sounds
guys are
super
looking
cool.
for a new steakhouse, any new date attractions, just things to do in Dallas, that's one of them.
Maybe
So,
there you
so
go.
two things you mentioned about that is, it's Hollywood themed, which if you guys didn't hear, they're also opening up like studios, like film studios
yeah,
down
that's
in
right.
Yeah.
Mansfield.
Yeah,
which
like
is
production
Fort
studios.
Worth too. Yeah, our friend Billy
Yeah.
was telling me, she's in the actress here, like a local actress, and she was
Shout out
saying-
Billy.
Shout out
We
to
miss
Shout out,
you.
Billy.
I don't know you, Billy, but shout out.
She's cool. She's super cool. But she was telling me, like that's a big thing is like movie productions coming here because it's cheaper cost.
Yeah,
and
think
it's,
about you're saving labor
In
costs.
Fort Worth, you have a bunch of space to build studios, and you have all this space to do those things. And Mansfield too, they're
Yeah,
doing all the new
like-
build stuff out there.
Yeah.
Why not build some studios and have
Exactly.
cheaper cost when producing movies and TV shows and
And the reasoning is because it's more attractive incentives, like we talked about. There was that strike for the writers back in California a couple years ago, where it halted a lot of the production. Like, there's just a lot more incentives that are attractive to outside companies, which is why DFW, we already looked it up, is the number one most
one.
fastest growing metroplexes in the entire nation.
Yes, sir. Represent.
Take that, Austin.
Dallas
Utah,
is
baby.
the capital of Texas.
Yes, we're starting a petition. Justin Maxwell, one of our coworkers.
We need 150,000 signatures.
Yes, Justin Maxwell, our one of our,
Yeah.
Chris's coworkers commented and said, "I will sign your petition." So start a petition.
Dude,
we already
can
got
do
one
it.
sign.
I think we can make it happen.
And we need you guys to help.
Yes.
Yes,
so
for
hey,
sure.
Stay tuned. We'll be dropping a petition here soon to make
We'll
Dallas
have a
the
link.
capital.
We'll have a link in the bio.
But the second thing you mentioned was the entertainment, right? I think it's important. We're adding all these,
Finance
very
hubs.
finance, business oriented, and I think that's the main thing about Dallas that kind of separates us from, like, let's say Austin.
Austin,
We're a
yeah.
little bit more business oriented. We're a little bit more, business, finance, growth oriented than somewhere like Austin.
Right.
But I think with those jobs, you get a lot of young professionals, you get a lot of people coming in, but they also want that leisure, right? So
Yeah.
I think it's awesome that we're getting that spa. I think it's awesome that they're building that like Universal Studios
In Frisco, yeah.
in Frisco, so
Yep.
not too far away. You know what I
More
mean?
entertainment.
Yeah, like
everything's-
like it's just growing, and it's just going to add to the GDP. Like, I think Texas on its own, our GDP as a state is like number 8 in the world, like compared to countries,
Yeah.
entire countries.
Yeah.
So like, you know what I mean? And I think we're a very central force to that.
Yeah.
And so GDP, well, all that means is more income, more money, more infrastructure,
More stability.
more stability, right? Like,
I think another thing too, Dallas is just such an epicenter, like as far as like we're just located in our country. You know, it's so close.
yeah, it's literally
kinda
in the
right
middle,
smack dab in the middle.
of the country. Absolutely.
Yeah, and also I was telling them earlier that I listened to a panel with Alex Perry. He's one of the, if not one of the top agents in Texas.
Exactly. You've probably seen his signs.
He sold millions upon millions of dollars worth of real estate, and I got to listen to him talk a couple years ago, and he basically said that DFW is going to be huge in the next 3 to 5 years. Like, it might be surpassing on its way to the number one largest metroplexes in the
passing,
nation.
I think New York and Chicago.
I think as a number, I think we're close to maybe 3 or 4. I think we just passed Chicago. Or we might be passing Chicago soon. But he was saying that our economy here is so strong that it doesn't. What happens around the country or around the world doesn't affect our global chain of markets here. So he's like, we're so stable that if something's going bad overseas or something's going wrong somewhere else in the country or the economy's bad elsewhere, it does affect us, but not to a scale to where
Not to the same extent.
not to the same
right.
extent, and being that it's still very stable. And I talked about this on another podcast where when we had the 08 to 12 crash, the housing market went down nationally 26%. Here, it only dropped 3%.
Think about how crazy that is.
Think about
We're
that's,
so
that's a
insulated.
fourth. That's a fourth compared to 3%. I mean, that's insane to still have that value.
I think that's just like a blessing, like I think it's easy for us to kind of take it for granted. And I think we're all pretty like young as well. So like maybe we didn't notice it as much growing up, but just like the difference between Dallas today as
when we
were
15
kids.
years
Dude,
ago.
yeah.
Like,
Dude, I grew up in Plano, and 5 minutes from there, Legacy West Legacy East Legacy was being built.
Right,
In
and that's a huge
2006,
development, yeah.
whenever I was 7 years old, that area was nothing. It was a field. There was literally a field next to the highway. And so I literally saw the development of that whole entire Legacy area. I mean, there's high rises there
JP
now.
Morgan,
Yeah,
another finance company.
that whole thing, I saw it grow over the course of 10 years when I was growing up. And now you look at it, and it's one of the most it's like one of the biggest like city areas that's outside of Dallas, because you don't have stuff like that in really Richardson, or like you might have some places like that, like Las Colinas for sure. There's a financial district over there, but to have something that far north, I would say that Frisco area and Legacy West area, there's a lot of financial districts there, and there's a lot more growth with larger buildings, commercial buildings, and now you're seeing people move north. You're seeing people move to Melissa, McKinney,
Right.
Prosper, Salina, Anna. Everybody's extending north, and our metroplex.
We're
even
just
though it's a little
expanding, like,
outside.
just
Yeah, even
kind
though
of
it's
like-
outside of the main DFW area, like north is growing at an exponential rate too as well.
And think about that, right? Whereas Frisco is maybe like the third biggest city in our metroplex after Dallas Fort Worth. If you put Frisco in like a different state, it would be massive.
It'd be the main city.
Yeah.
I mean, Frisco's come so far too. I mean, just our metroplex in itself has grown so many.
Hasn't even been 20 years.
Yeah, the Star coming to Frisco and all the stuff that's built around that, restaurants,
Yep.
retail.
Oh, yeah.
all that stuff has just grown so much, and it brings more people to our
Even
metroplex.
this possible casino that might come
Oh
up.
yeah, I read about that in
So,
Irving.
yeah,
It's in
so,
Irving,
yeah,
right?
so the City Council of Irving said that they would.
They won
approved-
5-4 on that.
But yeah, they approved it for that to be a thing. It still has to go through Texas legislation, but
And
they
Ed
approved
Cuban's
that.
involved in that. Cubans involved in the Cube
Kind of, sort of.
because of the
affiliation
the selling the
of the
part to
team.
the
Yes,
to Las
the
Vegas
Adelsons,
Sands,
yeah.
Las Vegas Sands, and that was obviously a play there for the casino.
Right. So that kind of going off of that, that's the one thing I was going to talk about too. Is kind of that's another. They talked about how the lease. So the Mavs lease. They don't own American Airlines Center. The Mavs have a lease there, and their lease ends in 2030. So by 2030, they either have to find a new building to play in, or they have to build a new stadium. So that's something else that can be being built, whether it be in Irving. There's been a few other locations that
Or if they buy this and just remodel the heck out of it and make it badass.
maybe possible.
Because I know this
also-
location's sick. I mean, people love this area.
Well, that's what I'm saying too. So yeah, I mean, a lot of people, I think people are disappointed they moved to Irving, but I mean, 'cause the Adelsons own a bunch of land out by where the Cowboy Stadium used to be.
Yeah.
So they're talking about building it
Valley
there, and there's a few places over here by the Margaret Hunt Hill Bridge that Mark Cuban owns. They talked about doing like a Trinity River casino, like resort arena kind of type style
and
thing.
that would bring a lot more development to that area because over
Right.
time, it's been not.
I mean, it's
as-
kind of already
money,
getting.
GDP.
It's not, it hasn't been grown as much as South Dallas here hasn't grown as much as North Dallas.
Right.
North Dallas has always been there, but like places like Frisco beyond North
But yeah,
Dallas.
but that would bring so much more, South Dallas, whether it be restaurants, retail, having that over there, having a casino, resort, arena, whatever it may be. So so many different options right now is, what that could happen too. But that's something as well. It might be coming to Dallas here pretty soon as a new arena and might have a casino in it, depending on how the Texas legislation decides to vote on that.
I think we'll
But
get it. I think we'll get it rolling.
I've
'Cause
heard.
I want to
heard
be
that
able to
Greg
bet
Ab-
on sports.
Yeah, I heard that Greg Abbott is
Can't even do it in
apparently-
Oklahoma either.
Yeah, I heard that Greg Abbott has apparently changed his opinion on it. Maybe so. It might be more possible than we think, and
Think about how many jobs that would.
that would bring more more
even-
jobs.
We sound like
economic
like
growth.
broken records,
No,
but
but
like-
it would. Like the economic growth here is just it's blowing up, and it's just so
and
many
people would come.
possibilities.
People would come to Dallas that are not from Texas and get to have a taste of that and be like, "Damn, Dallas has a casino too. There's so much great food. There's entertainment. There's sports teams, restaurants. Like it would just
Well
be
diversified.
very well
No,
diversified.
Yeah, I mean,
And
lots to do.
something else that's coming here, if you don't know, is the Goldman Sachs building.
Yeah.
And that's a new $500 million, 800,000 square foot
They started
campus.
on that, right? That's right over here. As
Yeah,
well,
so
in
it's right over
downtown.
here behind the Cirque, over here in Victory Park. And that has started in 2023. They started construction. There's a big old hole over there if
Yeah.
you can't see it.
Yeah.
If you live here, you've definitely seen it. But that is going to be completed in 2027. That'll house 5,000 new employees, making it's the firm's second largest office outside of New York City.
Wow.
So
Gosh.
that is a huge thing coming here.
Charles is getting excited over
Well,
here.
no, I can't stop thinking about growth, guys, because like thinking about the stadium and stuff like that. Like, yeah, there's more law and legislation and stuff that has to like go through with that. But like, if it does go through, because the family said that like if
I'm gonna
this
be there every
goes
weekend.
all the way through, they will be building the new stadium. But if the casino doesn't get built, then they probably won't. But like I'm thinking about south where it's gonna be. I think it's close somewhere to Fair Park, and like, dude, that's 277 acres that they can develop
Right.
out there.
Yeah.
And then also they're talking about Valley View and Irving. That's 177 acres, And then where the old Dallas Cowboy Stadium used to be, that's 77 acres. Like, and I just can't stop thinking about all these homes, these jobs.
Possibilities are
The
endless, man.
Possibilities are endless.
And
here,
this
you
one,
know?
this one over here is gonna be 14 stories with 2 wings, and it's gonna be an all electric building.
Wow,
and
really?
Yeah, all electric, so they're not gonna put any gas in there. The purpose of this building is it's designed to consolidate Goldman Sachs's local operations and will be regional based for the firm. So to have 5,000 new employees over here, that's going to be huge, and that's projected. That's projected to be done in 2027. And the developer architects is done by Hillwood Urban and Hunt Realty Investments. If you don't know who the Hunts are, they own the Kansas City Chiefs
And FC Dallas.
FC Dallas.
and FC Dallas. So they're getting their hands on stuff here in Dallas. Also, who else was it? Oh,
They
yeah,
also
Henning
live in
Larson.
Dallas.
Yeah, they
right
do.
off of Preston.
They do. And it's designed by Henning Larson Architects. The amenities will have cafe, fitness center, child care facilities too. If you have, if you're working,
That's
it'd be like-
massive.
which is amazing. Conference spaces, outdoor gardens, and terraces. And the economic impact is going to have a full-time job with an average salary base of $90,000 for the people working in that building.
Yeah. There you go.
So
It sounds like what's going on here is kind of like what's going on in Silicon Valley. Like, okay, I live by the Charles Schwab place over in Westlake and stuff. It's a huge campus. Like, this sounds like it's going to be a campus of some sort,
And this is also fruit for you guys to when we say buy now, this is why, because
like, Dallas is only growing.
We
It's
know
gonna-
that it is only going to get more and more and more expensive to own a home. So if
The
you
more
can
people that
do
move
it,
here, the more expensive it's going to
if
get.
you can do it, buy now so you can reap the benefits of your equity growing with all these new developments coming.
Economic growth is about to be crazy in Dallas.
Imagine you buy now, and in 5 years, what your home would be worth. You'd make hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Yeah, we might see record-breaking numbers too.
No,
will.
for sure.
I just kind of want to put the puzzle together, right? Because like it's kind of easy for us to all be kind of on the same track of mind, but for like our listeners, right? We're talking growth, we're talking jobs, we're talking homes, right? We're in a period of high interest rates where a lot of people aren't buying houses. But if you put all of that together, right? What does that mean? It means if you can go ahead and buy now, like you said, it's a great opportunity because you will build that equity. But not only that, it'll be at a rapid pace.
It'll be at a quicker pace than most places in the country.
In the country, right? And these are going to be a lot of, like, I was paying attention to what you're saying. It's regional hubs, right? Like, it's
Exactly.
not just for us here. It's not just an isolated kind of like
Yeah.
situation. It's just
Things are happening in Dallas. Things are happening in McKinney, which is 45 minutes from here.
Right.
Things are happening in
Frisco.
Frisco.
I mean, the whole metroplex in itself is growing.
And beyond the metroplex, you know.
so yeah. When we say sell, like I know everyone thinks, oh, we're just trying to push sales. We're trying to push sales, but like this is the way our minds think, and this is how we like see things, right? It's going to be stable economically. There's a wide diversity of jobs, so like there's not one thing that if you say this fails, like everyone in the whole metroplex is kind of screwed or anything. Like it is so diverse, it's so stable, it's so many different things, and it's happening so soon.
It's feeding
that
off one
if
another.
you can, guys, like that, independently of all that, buying a house is like the historically the best way to build wealth in this country. Now
Absolutely.
you add all of that on top of that.
In this specific location.
Exactly.
Well, it's a no-brainer almost when you put all that information together.
If you ask me, it sounds like a gold mine.
And if it wasn't a good time, I would tell you in 2023 when the rates were over 8%, I would have probably said, hey, you know what? If you have the money to buy a house, I still would have probably said, go ahead and do it because you can, what do we say? Date the rate,
Marry the
marry
bride.
the home. Because you would have so much less competition in that year of 2023, even though the rates were so high. You could go out, take your time, pick what house you want, get a bunch of concessions from the seller.
multiple offers,
You wouldn't have to deal with any of that, and you'd be one of the few buyers in that year that was able to get a home they wanted stress-free. I'd say stress-free, but like not to the comparison of 2019, 2020, 2021. But you could end up refinancing now. So if you bought a house in 2023 that was an 8.5% interest rate, right now we're at 6.65, 6.75. You could have saved yourself 200 basis points, refied, and then you still have the same house, and your payment dropped maybe $800 or $1,000 even.
And not only do you have the same house, but you've appreciated.
You've built in equity over the last 2 years.
Yeah,
100%.
exactly.
Yeah, that's the
Boom.
big thing too. I mean, it's like
Built, not built-in. That's not a word.
Built-in. Built-in's not a word.
I don't think
wow.
built-in's a word.
We can make it a word. We are in Texas.
It's a word now.
All right.
Be like, wouldn't there be like a little hyphen built in?
Built-in.
I'm saying like built-in.
in,
Like
Oh.
It was
I gotten.
Oh yeah,
Gotten,
he's just being
built-in,
Texan.
built-in,
He's just making up words.
Y'all,
Like I'm fixing to do something.
Fix-
It's
yeah,
just
like that,
what
yeah,
are you
I'm
doing?
I'm fixing to beat your ass.
I'm building to beat your ass.
But no, yeah, I mean, it's crucial to realize those things. I think it all ties into it. Yes, we're not just trying to sell you on homes. We're just telling y'all like Dallas is a growing metroplex,
And that was good reasoning to buy a house.
Yeah.
We just gave you
a lot of
15
reasons
minutes
to
of
see the
reasoning.
economic growth that's coming to Dallas is going to help you in the long run with your equity. It's going to help you to invest in Dallas, pretty much. is
Just
what we're
build well.
saying.
Like
I mean,
take
business is
part.
booming. You know, business is good.
I mean,
here.
I know my sister and her husband bought a house in 2020 at a 2.45 interest rate. Crazy. They paid $395,000 for the house. It's right off of the Preston and Frankfurt area, and they've already made over $100,000 in almost 4 years.
Crazy.
That's crazy. It's almost actually been 5 years. I mean, that kind of growth is insane. And I also know another friend who bought in 2019 in Austin. They bought a $500,000 home. It was like $505,000. It's worth close to $1 million now.
Wow,
Wow.
wow.
That's literally doubling your income.
I wish you hadn't plugged Austin in there, but that's pretty cool.
I know that, but
I mean,
I'm just
Texas.
messing with
You know,
you, brother.
Texas
No, you're
is
right.
the place to be.
Texas in general is it's a good.
and I know we dog on Austin, but I don't have any qualms with Austin.
I just think Dallas.
horns down.
Horns down.
No, I don't know about all that.
Rectum Tech.
Rectum
But my point is like,
Don't
my
listen to
point is that they bought a $500,000 home in 2019 and it's worth almost $1 million now. I mean, it's insane.
That's life changing.
And it is life changing, and it's the fact of the rapidness of it. You know, some people expect to get that return over 20 years.
And they got it in 4.
They got it in 4.5, almost 5 years. And yes, the market timing was right. The rates were low. Did they beat out like 20 offers? Yes. And if you were able to get a house like that at that time, you did get a little lucky. But as long as you had the right realtor to help you and you were able to make that happen, it has made their overall net worth tenfold.
On that note, if you do need a good realtor, Cameron Karp is my realtor on Instagram. He's a really cool guy. He can help you out.
Chris_Johnson_9.
I'll wait till the end.
See, but what if they don't
Save
make
the
it?
best
What
for
if they don't
last.
make it to the end?
No,
No, they'll make
my clients will make it to the end.
The real ones.
The real ones, yeah.
The
The
real
real
ones,
ones will
you
make
know?
it to the
Anyways,
end.
what else is coming here? What else is going on? Oh, Catch. Have you guys heard the new restaurant Catch over there? It's from New York.
I did see that, yeah.
They're over in Harwood Arms area. That's a fantastic place. I went there with my cousin a couple of weeks ago, and that's another awesome place that's out of New York. It's kind of got that like I don't know what you call it, like the 1920s style.
I like that.
What was
High
that?
class.
The
Great
Roaring
Gatsby.
20s?
The
Or
Roaring 20s, yeah, there you go.
Roaring
Yeah,
20s,
it's got a great Gatsby vibe. They have sushi. They have all different types of food.
No,
they have
I've heard
great
it's really good.
cocktails. It's awesome place. But like, there's what else is going on here that we kind of haven't covered. I mean, we've done a lot, but
I mean, I'm sure there's more than we even covered.
oh, the
right now.
2027 PGA.
That's coming. Yeah, I mean, that's another thing too.
That's going to be in
Oh,
Frisco.
World
the
Cup
2026
semifinal.
World Cup.
World Cup. The
We're getting the
FIFA.
semifinal game.
Yep.
Yes,
yep.
sir.
No.
World
Yeah.
Cup.
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
that's coming here. So,
Is
like I
that gonna be
said,
Jerry World?
Yeah.
yeah,
semi.
yeah, it will. Yeah. So I
I
mean,
mean, yeah, you got the PGA coming to the Frisco PGA course.
and if you're a baseball fan, the is it Globe Life Park?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
that
yeah.
was just built like 2 years ago.
Oh,
so
yeah.
that's a brand new stadium. I went to a bunch of games there. That place
beautiful.
is incredible.
Yeah.
Today's opening day.
Yeah, it is opening
So
day. Go
if-
Rangers.
Go
Yeah,
Rangers,
go
baby.
Rangers.
That's
If you guys are out there, please just drink your water. Make sure you have a wet towel. Just keep yourself hydrated.
Take care of yourself.
Take care of yourself. Have fun. There's a bunch of crazies out there, but that doesn't mean you can stop yourself from being crazy too.
No,
But yeah,
absolutely.
I mean, there's just I could go on and on about things that I love about Dallas, but I just think the true thing is that it is so diverse. I think there's so much to do, and there's so much that appeals me to wanting to be here. People always ask me, when I graduated college, where's I gonna go? I'm like, I'm going back to Dallas.
Going back home.
Like, they're like you don't want to go travel the world and see other places. I'm like, I can go.
I'm
do
gonna go
that.
make some
I
money
can go
first.
Travel, I can go travel, but I want to live in Dallas. I want to be
Absolutely.
in Dallas. That's where the place I grew up in. And I might be a little biased. I know we dog on Austin a lot. I got friends that live in Austin. They're like, oh, it's so much better.
Yeah, I
But
have
it's
some
just
friends
and
who
I
went to
get that,
UT.
but it's I just feel like Dallas is a place where I can kind of do it all. I don't have.
And
I
they're bringing
mean-
it all to you at this
They
point.
are.
You
Dude,
know,
I can't tell you how many times I'm going into open houses and I'm meeting people from California,
New York.
New York, the Northeast, Michigan. Like I rarely meet people that are actually from Texas. And-
Right.
And sometimes most of the time, if it's somebody from Texas, they're like, "Oh, I'm the neighbor. I just stopped by. I wanted to see the house." And I'm like, "Yeah, come on in." But most people are moving here from out of state.
Yeah.
And that goes to show, when they come here, they're going to be wanting to buy a house real soon because they understand the benefits of it. But
and it is crazy. Like you said, even in my open houses too, you're meeting people from all walks of life,
Yeah.
other states, other countries.
you really can't look at somebody and be like, that person's from Dallas.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody's so different here. There's a lot of diversity here, 100%. You get all different types of cultures, all different types of cuisines. There's a lot of different variety here. So I think we really are a mecca, in the nation.
Yeah, no,
This
and
is
I love
crazy
it.
Number. Hang on, real quick. The Dallas Metroplex added an estimated 177,922 residents between July 1st, 2023 to July 1st, 2024, reaching an estimated 8.3 million people in the DFW
Dude,
Metroplex.
that's like a whole small city
Jeez.
of just new people.
What?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
insane.
I think there's,
crazy.
and then there's like almost 400 million people in the nation, somewhere around there, like 380. So
So if developers are listening to this, hey guys, get on it because we need more
Dallas is
houses.
popping.
hey, there's a
Dallas is
new,
popping.
I think it's I'm not sure. I think it's Cherry Blossom Farms. They just spent $1.5 billion to bring 3,000 new homes to a master plan in Anna, Texas.
Ooh,
Wow.
So Anna is going to be the next Frisco, if you will.
Wait, is that where they're building the TI?
Texas Instruments.
Yeah.
Possibly, I'm not 100%
That's
sure.
another thing coming too,
And
though.
so
Yeah.
TI,
TI's been here.
But they're
as well.
moving
but
their
they're moving,
Oh, okay.
yeah, and they're building like a brand new thing.
Kinda
And also,
converting campus of some sort.
there's going to be a
Right.
bunch of data centers with this whole AI boom and stuff, and those are going to be all the way up north too. So
And if you're looking right now in that area, you want to get in on something that's going to be beneficial to you. I've been working with a lot of those new builders over there. They're offering crazy incentives, 6% on top of the sales price to cover closing costs. They're offering a 2.5% rate buy down, so your permanent 30-year fixed rate would be in the low fives, which is really, really good compared to the current market rates.
especially right now.
For those that aren't familiar with like that part of town, it's kind of more you kind of get more land.
Yeah,
it's kind of
yeah, you do.
Yeah.
It's new home, they're brand new builds, and the median price right there now is $362,000. So if you were to invest in a city that's going to be growing, and you know Dallas can be expensive in some areas, and same with the surrounding cities such as Plano, Frisco, Richardson, Addison, Carrollton. You know, that's a great starting point if you're going to go invest and move here with your family. You can end up buying a house there and watch it grow in the next 10 years. And you know, you might be able to double your equity. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, 100%. I mean, anything else y'all know that's coming here that you want to touch on? And
The Texas Tech Red Raiders bringing home the championship to Texas. That's what's coming here, baby. Let's go.
Wreck 'em, baby. Wreck 'em. Hey, March Madness game tonight. They're gonna beat them. They're definitely gonna come in here and
We're playing Arkansas.
play. They're gonna whoop on Arkansas. Woo pig hooey. Yeah.
Woo Pig Suey.
Woo pig hooey. No.
Oh, it's
Who?
Huey?
No.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
saying
Woo Pig,
again.
okay. I was like, I'm pretty sure it's Suey.
It is,
Bro
it
was
is
like-
Suey. I was.
Woo
I was-
Pig Huey. Okay.
Yeah, there you go. You get it.
Yeah. Fuck 'em. Yeah.
Hey, we will hit them. We will wreck them. We will what? Kick their ass. All right. Yeah.
I like how you bleeped it out, but you didn't even say anything while you bleeped
we don't
it.
have
You
to
were
say
just
it.
silent.
Who's doing the trivia today? Because we already know the Texas questions. Do you want to? Here, you look up something.
I already got some.
Here, you
pulled
test
up.
me. I haven't
Test
gone
you?
yet.
Okay. All right. All
I'll
right.
go.
Dude, you're gonna lose. My boy Melvin's top.
No,
I don't think we're gonna
that
do
was
Tex-
so crazy about.
I'm
Melvin.
doing.
No,
I'm doing
Melvin
some-
got
no,
that.
no.
He got all of them except for the onion.
Yeah.
It was like a 10-15 sweet onion or something.
I
Some
should
Tex-
not
Texas
have asked
trivia.
that, to be
All
fair.
right.
Well, I thought I was gonna stump him because of the number, and I was like,
Yeah.
just don't even worry about the number. But
Yeah.
like, I immediately thought chili, and I was like, onions, obviously.
All right. I got some pulled up for you here. All right.
Okay, wait, we gotta do the introduction, Cam.
Oh, okay. Yes. Here we go. Which there we go.
Time for trivia.
I love how he still makes his voice in real life try to sound like the actual voice that's already automated. I think that's fucking hilarious.
He's adding emphasis. That's all.
Yeah. You're like just trying. I'm
Like, you just need to talk normally.
get into character, man. Okay. All right. So, what is the state tree of Texas? Wild guess, man. Come on.
Is it? No, it's.
This is a pecan tree.
You're not supposed to be answering.
I was gonna say
Charles.
pecan. Is it pecan?
It is pecan.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
I was
nice.
gonna
No,
say.
no cheating. No cheating.
Well, next time,
that was the bonus
next
round.
time we'll have to do we'll get like a buzzer, and we'll
Okay.
have to
Nice.
play against all of us. Okay, I'm ready.
Which U.S. president was born in Texas?
Fuck. Fuck.
Is it Andrew Jackson?
You're not supposed to be answering, Charles.
Andrew Jackson.
Damn it. No, wrong.
Fuck.
Dwight D. Eisenhower.
Oh,
damn it,
Well,
okay.
that was my next guess.
All right, let's see.
Yeah, you hooked it up.
Okay, let's all play.
Oh, y'all all right.
We have to concur though.
Okay.
Y'all can concur. Y'all can fine. Y'all can work together since you know.
I mean, Charles just literally is going. So
Yeah, well, you guys are taking
Hey,
too long.
You're taking too long, man. Okay. Hey, look, I'm just trying to find some ones we haven't already answered.
Well,
What
now
is this?
you're taking
No.
too
What
long.
is the state bird of Texas?
state bird. Okay.
Isn't that a blue jay?
Well,
Is that your final
what
answer?
do we think?
Blue jay or cardinal? I don't know.
I don't think it's a
blue jay.
cardinal. Wait, state bird. What's a Texas bird? Not a roadrunner, is it?
I don't know.
Should we go with blue
I don't
jay?
know. Blue Jay.
Blue jay.
That is wrong. The correct answer is mockingbird.
Oh,
No, that makes sense.
That
That
would've
was
made
my
sense.
next one because Mockingbird's a street out here in Dallas.
yeah, that's true.
Oh.
We should have definitely known that.
All right. You should know this one. Okay.
Oh gosh,
You should know this
I hate
one.
when people say that.
Which canyon in Texas is the second largest in the U.S.?
Palo Duro.
Yes, sir.
Nice.
Bang.
Yes, sir. Out by West Texas.
That's
If
about.
if
That's
you know. You know.
That's where our college is out
Yeah,
there.
it's like an hour from there.
Palo Duro Canyon.
All right, this would be another one that y'all should know. As far as being a Big 12 person,
Okay.
y'all might know this too. That's a good little hint for you. You're welcome.
Okay.
What is the state reptile of Texas?
Horned frog.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
you go.
Bang.
Okay. Which river in Texas is the
Brazos.
longest? Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
I knew that here.
Okay.
we go.
Isn't that like practically the only river here in Texas?
That's the only.
Well, you got the Trinity. You have the Trinity.
Rio
River.
The Trinity River in Dallas, bro. It's
They
beautiful.
also have the San Marco, the Guadalupe,
Yeah.
Yeah, and then don't you have
the Guad.
the
Quad.
Rio Grande or something
yeah,
like
Rio
that?
Grande.
Okay, I'll do one. I don't know how many that was, but I'll do two more.
Do 2 more.
Texas holds the record for the highest temperature ever recorded in the U.S. What was it?
One-
Wait,
111.
That cannot be true. It's got to be in Nevada, in Death Valley, Las Vegas.
Apparently, you're wrong.
All right, 124.
We'll just say for the record speaking, we'll just say the highest temperature ever recorded in Dallas. Then.
Okay,
Or
so this
in
is
Texas.
oh,
It's
this
not
is state
Dallas,
Texas.
State of
Oh,
Texas.
Texas.
Oh,
State of
okay. I thought you were
Texas.
talking about the country because it was definitely
122.
I'm gonna say one. I'm gonna say 124.
What did you say?
122.
124.
120.
Oh, that was close.
I was
Close.
close.
Yeah,
I
no.
think I was alive for that day.
Fun fact.
I was alive.
That's the day you were born.
Fun fact: in Death Valley, and I think it's Nevada. Yeah, Nevada. It was 134 degrees.
No, thank you.
Went on a good one here just to prove how much better Dallas is than the rest of Texas.
What?
In which city is the Texas State Fair held
Dallas.
annually?
Dallas.
Hey, good shit.
Good stuff. Good stuff. All right.
hey.
Well, we had a little session here, just the boys.
Yes, sir.
We got Tuesday next week. Kyle and Nicola, right? Did we confirm that with them
Yes, we
yesterday?
did confirm that.
Okay. They're coming on next week, and then we're probably going to have either Tatum on or that lawyer, Jeff, real estate lawyer. So either one, we should have guests both times next week on Tuesday and Thursday. Obviously, like this podcast, subscribe to the YouTube channel that we have out. Cameron, you want to throw that out there?
So our YouTube channel is officially up. It's Real Deals, Real Talk. Go check us out on there. Links are in our Instagram bio, which is Instagram is realdeals.realtalk. So go follow us there. Go check out our YouTube page. Follow on both Instagram, YouTube, and Spotify. And just stay tuned, guys. We're
And to
really
listen,
excited for this.
you can go to our bios on our Instagrams,
Yep.
and we can link those there, and that's where you can find a link to this podcast under
Yes,
our
sir.
bios.
Also, the payoff everyone's been waiting for. My Instagram
Oh,
username.
oh
Everybody
my
was
God,
just
oh my
dying.
God.
Everyone was just waiting for
dying
that.
for
That-
Joe's
that-
Instagram.
Dying. What is
that's
it?
the
What
only,
is it? What is it?
That's the
Don't-
only thing people were listening
Anticipation is
for.
real. Oh my God.
Joe.segovia.realty.
That's too long.
Okay, yeah.
Is it?
Whatever. Save the
Oh, I
best.
was like,
save
is
the
it?
best for last. All right. Charles_Pickens.
All
Hit
right.
the link in my bio. You'll have my link tree, IABS, BTR, whatever you want to find in there.
Oh,
But-
boy.
Okay. All right.
No one knows what that
Oh,
means,
no one
Charles.
knows. No
But
one-
no, we're not going to.
click it.
All right. Go Texas. Go Texas Tech Red Raiders. We're
Wreck 'em.
gonna beat Arkansas tonight.
Yes,
We're
sir.
gonna go to the final or Elite Eight. Let's go, baby.
Yes,
let's
sir.
let's
Let's
take
do
this
it.
thing home.
Hey, y'all stay tuned. We back later this week with some cool guests, so stay tuned.
Peace.
Peace.